Welcome back, everyone. This is Xade, and we are back in our single-player vanilla survival world. Once again, standalone episode. So this will be the first full, real episode of the return to our single-player world, as last time was sort of a combined tribute to the last episode of Too Crafty and the first episode back on the vanilla server, all by ourselves, all alone. And I am just starting to get into the terraforming around our fence so that this place is all settled in. And you can see this nice square wall used to come to about right here and then jetted over, and it kind of disappears from there. The land's just the right height that, other than maybe a little tree chopping, it's just fine. So, gonna work on this for just a second, and then we're gonna peek at how I did the little overhang for the pool we built last time, with the overlook for this area, which we need to make look better so that we're not just looking down on this funny square. So, quick update, quick recap if you are just coming back to the series. You're here for the first time. Basically, as I talked about a lot in the last episode, so I won't talk about it too much again, I was on an SMP server called Too Crafty. It's one I was on a long time ago as original founding member back in the day, and it kind of was trying to make I guess you could say, make a comeback. And I went to be a part of it, and unfortunately it didn't work out. There was just no real activity. There was little bits here and there from a few people, and by a few I mean 3. But it kind of started strong, was doing good, and then it just sort of it all just kind of disappeared, and it was unfortunate. But after a while I realized that the only reason I was really still playing there was that I have a few friends that were on the server, and they, I don't want to just ditch them all. And then also this sweet tower I was building, I didn't want to ditch that. It was such a fun build. I was having a great time with it. That I wanted to keep it. And so I ended up transferring it here, and so that's why we're in our single player world now with this random tower. So if you are just watching this at some point through the Xade's World playlist, that's the quick recap of why the last episode existed and what was going on there. If you want more details, it's mostly in the last episode, but if you didn't catch it in either there, feel free to drop me a comment and ask me what's up. I will answer it, even if it's like a year from now. Let me know. I'll tell you how things are going these days. But what are we doing now? Well, we are still looking for another SMP server, and there are a lot of zombies here. I've got there's one particular one that I've sort of been, let's say, scouting. Most of the ones I have found, I'm being pretty particular. So the main thing, of course, I don't want to join another SMP server and have it be dead. That would be pointless. So I'm definitely checking activity levels. I also am looking for an SMP server to YouTube with people, which means there's an older one that I know some people from that I'm not even considering because it's almost exclusively a streaming server now. And I'm totally open to the idea of being on a server that has people who stream or that has people who do both, but I don't want to be the only YouTuber, or it's just going to fill. When I originally left Too Crafty back for Season 2, that's pretty much what the problem was, is for the most part the only people who were still playing on the server at the time were all streaming pretty much exclusively, and so even though it was a multiplayer, it didn't feel multiplayer. And if I'm gonna play single player, I have this sweet world with you guys right here, and so what's the point, right? Didn't make any sense. So I'm being particular about activity. I'm also being particular about the members. I don't want to join a server where it seems like the people are all people I wouldn't get along with. I like to cross support other members if I'm playing on a server with other people. You know, it's like you should be able to support each other and things like that. And if there's, you know, I'm not naming any names, but I found one server randomly and I was like, hey, this server looks pretty active. And I started looking into it a little and I was like, I just don't enjoy any of the content coming out from this server. It was not for me, and there was nothing wrong with it. And there are some of the videos on there, to be honest, you know, I probably watch sometimes, and things like that. But just overall, it was just a personality difference from what I like and what they were doing. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just like. It's kind of, you know, if you picture in just your daily life, you sort of pick your friends and stuff based on people who have similar interests and are into the same type of jokes and whatever else. Hello, Miss Witch. Don't you pull your potion out? Oh, now it's on. Oh, now it is on. Give me your really, just a bottle. I don't want your bottles. Did I just get slowness? I don't feel that slow. Oh yeah, I do. Oh man, I'm like running and I was walking and I don't feel the same and it doesn't feel too different. But then I was like, no, I'm running, not walking. Okay. Good thing we're just doing this little area. But yeah, so that was all personality differences. And things like that. I found some other servers that just honestly seem dead. And yeah, what's the point? But there is one that I'm currently looking at. And it, let's say, has potential, but I'm still looking into it. They had a public Discord server, which was pretty cool, so I hopped on that, try to get to know a few of them a little bit and sort of see if I felt like I would fit in there. I'm not liking that curve, but it's hard to see with all the... I'll have to knock that out better. And we'll see. It's got potential. There's a couple hang-ups for me they're not things that I'm like, no, I would never have fun on this server, but they're things that I want to make sure are a good fit for me before I waste anybody's time applying. Because I definitely don't want to join a server and then, hate it a week later and be like, hey, sorry for wasting your time, I'm out of here. That would be stupid. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Got some random ideas in mind, and there are a couple old friends, like I said, from Too Crafty that we are potentially looking to find something together if they decide they want to, or we can find a fit that sounds good for all of us, and if they want to, get back into things and stuff. So we'll see what happens, but that's just my update for now. Is that all one tree? Is that a different tree? Is this a weird skinny? No, that's the same tree. Okay. But yeah, if you are aware of any SMP servers, if I didn't say that already, I re-recorded this episode because I recorded it, and when I was done, I was like, nobody wants to listen to that. That was the worst episode I've made in 3 years. And so I was like, do over. So I can't remember what I said then and what I'm saying now. But if you know of any SMP servers, feel free to drop. Go ahead and name drop them in the comments below. I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, I don't want to. So I think I don't want to sit here for like 3 hours just terraforming on camera, but just thought we'd do a little bit of it while we were talking, because I'd mentioned in one of my, it was in my Too Crafty episode, I terraformed in one, and I was talking about doing it on camera next time. So I figured we'd do a little bit on camera, because it's one of the few things in Minecraft that I feel like I'm pretty good at. So that's kind of just what we're doing here, and then we'll run up on the tower and have a look at the overlook we did. Okay. But I feel like the most important thing, if you want to do some terraforming yourself, one of the best things you can do is go look at an area. I don't want to put grass in there. That's been naturally generated. So like here, And we can hop over where this water is. Get stuck in the water. If you look here, you can just come kind of look in an area like this and see there are some things that are a little bit uniform, but there's also a bit of randomness to it. But you're just kind of going for something that looks kind of like that. And in fact, if you terraform yourself, sometimes I think you can actually get better looking land, more natural looking land than the natural land. That's kind of how it goes. And that's this all right here. I completely made this curve. This was non-existent before. This was a sheer hill and different things, and I think it looks pretty good, right? You know, this looks like you just hopped into a world and there's a hill going up, yeah? And so the first thing you want to do, yeah, just kind of take a look at things. I thought I heard a sneaky little man. That's right. I heard you tiptoeing in the grass. Anyway, take a look. You can kind of see, just stare at it for a minute, and you can sort of figure out what's going on. But the idea is just randomly start at the bottom, make a curve, and just randomly, occasionally go, I want this to be slower, so I'm going to do a little line and then just pop one forward, and then I want this to be more of a curve, so we're going to just one block, throw in two here and there so it doesn't just have that straight diagonal, and you just make a curve. And then you just go up and go back about one block and do it again. And then go back one block and do it again. And when you get 2 or 3 layers, literally just come over here and look at it. And if you don't like it, just be like, you know what, this maybe make that a little longer, a little more there, a little more there. Let's put a little bit more hill into this. I think, yeah, I've never done this straight up at terraforming before, but you can just kind of just toss blocks down. You went too far and just say, maybe I don't like that block there. Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? And just do random. Literally just do random. I think the worst thing you can do when you're terraforming is overthink things. Okay, so just do that, and then just kind of come up about there, and then we're just gonna knock this whole row. For now, I'm just terraforming to about this curve right here, and then we'll go around later. But let's see, yeah, so we do that, and then maybe we start there, and we just rust this whole row up to about there, fill this in, just kind of show you I'm not thinking this too much, and then I step back and look and go, no, I don't like that and that are like the exact same size, so bring that in, not that far. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Looks fine. Fine is good. Fine is what you want. And I'm kind of digging that curve, so that's good. Then we come up this next layer, bring in the curve to, right there. Sure, it's already dirt. And kind of come, yeah, actually right there's not too bad. I didn't mean to hit that block, but I fell. I meant to hit that block. Kind of like that. Yeah? Yeah, that looks okay. Okay is fine. If you decide you don't like it later, just come back, toss a couple blocks down. You will love it. You will love it. And then you will come and you will go somewhere, and let's see if I can get on top of this wall. Can I make the jump? Yeah, there we go. And then you'll come up and you'll be like, you know what? That looks good. Other than that and that, but that's because the grass is still growing. But give it a second. But you'll look at it and you'll just be like, yeah, I love this. This looks good. And then you'll kind of run to a different spot and just be like, looks good. And then you might run to a different spot and be like, I don't like that. Boop. Now I do. Okay, great. Don't even look at it. Perfect. Don't even look at it. That's my advice. Don't look at what you built. Just kidding. Look at it, but not too much. Not too much. Okay. Okay. Great. That's been our terraforming lesson for the day. Let's go look up the. Ooh. You know what though? I want to show you what it looks like at night. So let's run up there, and then I'll pause, and then we'll wait for it to be night, and then we'll look again. Genius. We need to decorate this horse area. I have some cool ideas for it. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna use netherrack and glowstone trees, and you're just gonna love it. I promise. Alright, let's go up the giant water elevator. Whee! it's crazy like how long this elevator is. You're like, oh, it's kind of slow. But then when you think about how far we just traveled, okay, what did I do? Let's see. All I did to the pool, I put these lamps in the corners just because these blocks can be spawned on. So we need to light the edge of the pool just for spawn proofing at night. This whole area up here, those emerald blocks are literally the only valid spawn blocks on the entire top of this tower, other than these little occasional beams that I put in, these little 2 long beams. Those are the only places that mobs could spawn up here if it was dark. But we also want light to make it just kind of look cool. So I put a couple down in the corners of the pool, and then I have them to light up the beams and just the glass. I have the lamps at the end of each of these beams. And then what we got going on is something we need to up our render distance. I usually keep it about 20 because it loads better, but obviously for this view we need to bump it up to 32 and let it load in. So this is our natural view. I've got the actual glass floor, which is pretty sweet. You can look straight down. That's the bridge that currently goes in, and we've got to have that go out to something eventually. And then we'll be doing some stuff on the other side too. And then we can look through just the glass pane gate wall thing, whatever, fence, that gives us still a nice view. And I think the white both looks better, and I actually think you can sort of see through it better than the clear. So yeah, but we've got this cool view over here of just this random water area. I think original spawn in this world was like off this corner, not very far. We didn't walk very far, and you could go back if you want to look in the first episode. We started, I think, just over there and just kind of went through this forest, and we found this mountain that's over there and climbed over the mountain and just said, this looks good, and settled in. But yeah, let's run over here and take a peek as well. Looks pretty, here you can see straight down into the garden area. That's where we were just terraforming that edge right there. Don't know how well you can see the crosshair in the video. I don't like it from this angle. We're gonna have to toss a couple blocks down. Anyway, you can see all the way over there. Look at that. That is the entrance to the main base area. Coming as a corner, you can probably see a little more. So that's that's our little farm entryway. You can see right there the top of the Golem farm and our moat. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Let me pause. Where's the sun? Yeah, I better pause because this video is gonna be really long if I wait for the sun to go down. So I'll be right back. I can even watch the sunrise through the floor. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Run over here and check out this edge. That's a nice view. That's a nice view right there. Wow, that's some big plains there. I don't know if I've really been over there a whole lot. I think maybe we went over there a long time ago, got some flowers, and I think that might be where we got our donkey. Maybe. I don't know. Might have been. Seems right. Seems like the right area. I think we went over there and got our donkey. So this is the view at night, which looks really, really cool. It's a little harder to see out at night because the glass glows a little brighter. But it's still, you can still, the area that's lit up over there, you can still see really good and stuff. And you get a little bit of view at night. But it'll look cooler when we get more stuff built over there and things with the lighting area, that stuff, that kind of stuff. But over up here, just, that's, like, it's just such a cool feel where it's lit, but it's not lit, you know what I mean? Yeah, as the kids say today, it's lit, fam. Ha. Anyway, so it's got the lighting in the glass, so all the glass all the way around has this really cool glow at night, and then there's just this tiny little bit of light in the middle, so the pool, if you're having a swim, is plenty bright, right? And you've got the lights around the edge, but the rest of it, it's not dark, but it's also, it's not lit. If we look at the lighting here, it's actually a 0. Yeah, it's hard to tell, even if I stand on the edge of this step. So this stair right here from the lights up there, we're at light level 1. but there's no valid spawn spaces. And because of what's going on here, we've also got this kind of glow from underneath, because remember, these are half slabs, and half slabs are glitchy, and underneath here in the area that this pool is dipped into is that empty space like we have between each layer for the redstone lighting and stuff. And so there's like 3 air blocks under here, and at the bottom of those is there's jack-o'-lanterns lighting up the crawl space, and a little bit of that glow is actually leaking through the floor. It's the same effect I used on one of the floors. The ceiling in the main entryway has the same effect, where it's not actually lit, but because of the light underneath the slabs, it looks lit. It's the same thing as if you hide I don't have any on me, if you hide a jack-o'-lantern. Do I have... I guess I can, let me just take some of these. You can do this. That's no longer giving out light. It's a 0 right here. I mean, even if you look right here, it's getting light from down there, so it's hard to tell. But this is no longer giving out light because it's blocked on all 3 sides, but it still glows and still gives that effect. And we're getting the same thing from these half slabs, and I think it looks super, super cool. The emeralds, because they're, you've got kind of the bluish greens going on, and then when you combine the emeralds with the lamps on the sides, it makes it look like the whole pool, the whole emerald border is just glowing. It's awesome effect, very awesome effect. I'm super digging slabs these days. I don't know if you've watched any of my videos, but I like half slabs quite a bit, and that's one of the cool things about them is you can create light where there's not light, and if done correctly, like up here, there's the only danger of mobs up here is phantoms, which is why I've been considering putting some kind of roof on the top just to keep phantoms away. But there's nowhere for Enderman to spawn, and so without anything above here, there's nowhere for him to even teleport up here. So literally the only way you have up here is a phantom if you don't sleep, even though the majority of this is not lit up. So yeah, those are my tricks for the day. Enjoy your terraforming, enjoy your half slabs. Bye. Oh, yeah, that's gonna do it for today. I've got nothing else. But again, if you know of any cool SMP servers I should check out, let me know in the comments. And if you have anything you want to see built in this world, let me know in the comments. That's how we're going to keep it a little different. When we get on a multiplayer server again, we're going to try to keep the single player going this time. But we're going to keep it different from the other series by keeping this one a little more down to earth, a little more chill, a little more technical, building like farms and things like that, and talking about stuff like light bleeding through half slabs and whatever. And then on the SMP server, we'll try to keep it a little more fun with shops and builds that are to interact with other people and stuff like that. And then hopefully we can keep 2 different series going, and that sounds pretty great to me. I hear a skeleton. Why do I hear a skeleton? Where is the skeleton? There's nowhere for a skeleton to be up here. You know where I found one? Before I moved the tower to this world, when I was getting ready, let me just jump up a random, like here. I don't know where they're spawning, but I was in one of these condos, and I look out the window, and no joke, there's a skeleton walking on that stair cobblestone right there. You can see that cobble. It's stairs, so there's no way it spawned out there, right? I don't know where they spawned, but he was just walking. His head's like just bobbing up and down in front of the window. I'm like, what? So I don't know. Maybe that's where he was up there on one of those other layers. Weird. There's gotta be somewhere that I've missed a spawn spot, and they're just spawning in the most random places. Or maybe they're spawning in on these. I don't know. Maybe whatever. They don't come inside. They just fall to their doom. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Next episode, I think we're gonna go work on our Guardian farm finally. But we're gonna work on a new one with the 1.13 version instead of the old one, because it sounds fun and new stuff is cool. And what more reason do I need than that? None. I do what I want. You can't tell me what to do, or you could tell me what to do. I like ideas. So tell me what to do. But that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. As always, leave me comments, leave me love. As the last episode show, if you comment on enough things, you'll end up in my Nitwit village. Yeah. Or if you give me cool ideas, as I've said before, if I use any of your ideas, you'll be in the world. Boop, boop, boop. Cool. Alright. Bye-bye. Have a good one.